Now, I'm not sure how much this strategy helps or hurts, and that's because I'm not using social media, Facebook, the way it's intended to be used. And I also think that you can lay down a foundation for a video to help it perform better over time. This is going to be a different sort of video, no playing in this one. I used to share the shorts. Now what you see on my shorts, all the modern shorts, I call them modern, my recent shorts, those are never shared anyplace. So what you see is what you get on those, the diminishing shorts algorithm. And and just the genuine viewers, that's it. I might have to take this off. And the reason, and then I also, you'll hear me often say, I screwed up my hair today. You'll often hear me say, I'm not even standing up in these videos, like, you'll hear me say the phrase, now it's going quiet. You'll hear me say the phrase, I don't check Facebook notifications, I don't check Facebook notifications. And yet I still continue posting. Why is that? Even if I comment on somebody's thing, I'll still not check Facebook notifications. Why is that? It's because, but anyone, and this is not the main topic, this will be a separate thing, but for a separate thing, but I'll just tell you this. When, the reason is because as far as this journey is concerned, what anyone has to say right now just doesn't matter. And there's even a song I had in mind that I said, I would like to check Facebook notifications just for this song. So I can ask somebody specifically how to play this. Sometimes I got questions too. And the song is Abner Jay's song, I'm So Depressed. And I know in modern blues, which I'm banned from, modern blues harp, I'm banned from them. There's this author there, and he's probably in many of these groups or whatever, and I think he's on the Reddit too, harmonica Reddit, right? Which I hate Reddit, it's disgusting. This guy Winslow, who wrote the book Harmonica for Dummies, you know those dummies? They got him on everything. I got a few guitar ones too. He would tell you how to, and he told me how to play the Jimmy Dean, so that's a good resource, but I've cast myself out by using Facebook in this unorthodox way, which I'll tell you, but this is what I want to say about this. I found out how to play the song. Just by researching it, I found the same answer you would have gotten. Very detailed answer from the same guy, Winslow, however you say his last name, I don't know where he's from. Mr. Popular teacher, and an old guy who has got a lot of knowledge about the harp, and so I found his answer to another guy asking the question about this Abner Jay song that I was very curious about. And the guy asking the question, writing it on Reddit, didn't have a G harp. I've got a G harp. And so I could theoretically work this out. So the moral of the story is I found the information without having to really engage with anybody on Facebook. I found the same answer. And there's not too many songs like that I can't figure out. There's songs that I say I like the song, but it's got the chords are not under my fingers yet or whatever. But anyway, thought I'd share that with you, that I figured out how to play it just by simply researching it. I didn't need to be on Facebook to do that. Now, what is my strategy though? That involves not checking them. This is what I gotta tell you about. Well, let's see. It's a strategy that I've evolved over time. So I started this sharing business when I first started playing. And you're gonna hear my stomach going all night. I'm all mixed up. I really should be asleep. Where was I? I did this sharing on Facebook business since I first started playing. But this now is a very refined, very unusual version of that. Okay, so sharing on Facebook used to consist of sticking within the theme of a certain group and just putting up your video with a nice thumbnail and hoping, and with a caption, I hope you like this and whatever. And that's fine and well. I got my start doing things like that. I wonder if the Rocky theme song and stuff like that would still be performing. And like, I just saw this video on strings that I did. I wonder if all those would be performing so well in shorts if I had never shared them initially with the old strategy. I wonder. But this new strategy is very refined, it's very different. The posts that I'm putting up are very professional looking. And especially recently, I've got it down to where, I'll give you an example of it. And a lot of these things I'll find on Facebook right before or in the past. And I'll tell you what my next one's going to be. I could even use it on this. I could say, I've got all these screenshots in my phone for different ways I could take it. This next one's going to be, say it's a harmonica group. I'll say, tell me a harmonica story. If it's a guitar group, see how smart this is? If it's a guitar group, I'll say, I've never tried this story one, I just thought of this. This is the next one. I'll say, tell me your guitar story. And I'll even be in groups that are unrelated to the other. Like I'll put the guitar videos in the harp groups, put the harp videos in the guitar groups. I'm in all sorts of different things. I'm in heavy metal groups, I'll put them in the heavy metal groups. What I'll do, for example, is if I'm in a heavy metal group, I'll take a video, have black metal, the most disgusting metal video you could find, right? I'll put that in the heavy metal group. Then I'll write, like I did the last time, your thoughts, and then I'll put the hashtag space, hashtag space, hashtag space, hashtag space. Then at the bottom of it, I'll write my story or my favorite. I'll put this down, hand pointing down, and that will be my most recent video link right there. Now when you do this on multiple groups, the viewership starts out very slow, but you'll see it starts moving like a snowball effect. You could go into another group, call it Rockabilly Rebels, right? Take a photo that I found on Facebook and just says, like, I'll give you an even better one. A lot of musicians, older musicians, have passed away, recently, fortunately. And like Crosby and Jeff Beck, who, I'll be straight with you, all these music photos I put up on this channel, these are all artists that have inspired me. But when I put those two up recently, I'm not super into their music. So that was me hopping on a trend, unfortunately, a trend of death. But you could see those videos are still going up pretty good in shorts, even if they're in the very low range. Shoot, where was I going with that? Okay, so I would put up in the Facebook group a picture I found. Aging musicians that are still with us in 2023. It'll have all these different musicians. I'll have their names, how old they are, people that are still around today, and this keeping in mind that all the guys that have passed away, legends. So I'll put that picture up while people are in this state of thinking about these legends. And I'll type, I gotta stand up straight. I'll type in your thoughts. Take the pinned hashtags that the group uses. Space, hashtag, space, why space. So your link is completely obscured. They have to click the see more button to get to your link. So otherwise it just looks like a super clean, very authentic, because it is. It's just ingenious Facebook post. And this way, they'll click see more and they'll say, oh, my story, and they'll click on it, and next thing you know, they're in your new video. In this case, they'll be viewing my explanation of the Facebook strategy. Now, why I say I don't know if this helps or hurts me is because like I said at the beginning, I'm using social media, especially Facebook, not the way it's intended to be. I've already been shadowed. I'm not even going to say it. Shadowed something on other platforms and whatnot. Mainly Insta, because I've turned over that profile too many times. I've changed it too many times. You know, it started out as me screwing around, and it started out as photography. Then it went to a pet, which it really blew up when I was getting about like 300 likes per photo, and then now it's completely diminished when I turn. And now I'm bringing it slowly back up again because I rebranded it as Harmonica and Guitar Progress music promotion, basically. And this channel isn't growing fast, but there's views that are sitting in the can that are just little jewels. In the can, I mean, they're already up on YouTube, and those aren't going to stop getting views. I don't foresee them slowing down. My story's being told with this. But my Facebook strategy right now is, and like I said, I don't check the notifications to do with what people are actually saying about what I'm doing, because I simply don't care. What anyone has to say doesn't matter. Like, I just engaged with this guy the other day because his response was about 1 second. It took 1 second to reply. I wrote in this guitar, here's another example, acoustic guitar group. I wrote, what is the best guitar? This guy immediately responded, so I didn't need to check notifications. And he said, steel string or classical? In other words, nylon. And then he said, what's your budget? And I said, no, buddy. I don't mean the best for me. I just mean what's the best, period. And then after that, I disappeared. I don't know what was said after that. And I did the same thing. I wrote it out in a plain text post, but here's the thing. You don't want it to just be plain. You want it to be those text posts with the exciting background. Like whatever background you want. Football field, the colorful, whatever. Just not plain. And when you write it as like your thoughts or something with a question mark, Facebook will actually recognize this as a question. So in other words, at the bottom it'll say, be the first to answer this question. So it's not like you're just dropping your link. And the worst thing that people do is put up their stupid Facebook pages with the picture that's the same as the profile. With their little Facebook posts trying to build a Facebook page. It's just sickening. with the same name and the same picture and the same. Oh my God, sickening. This is completely different. This is asking people about their experiences, what their thoughts are, making it all about the community. But I'm just not engaging with the community because I don't care to, right? I just want to focus on what I'm doing. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to tell me how I need to use these apps when I'm not harming anyone. These apps are designed to suck your attention. That's why the people that I'm only connected to via these apps, it's a little discouraging because it's just an app. It can disappear tomorrow. Just try to listen for a second. Because this is the zoom in camera. I saying these apps can be gone tomorrow. So there's nothing morally wrong with what I'm doing. And I've already influenced so many people. First of all, with my thumbnail style. That, everyone wanted to copy that, so I'm sure they want to copy this. So I figured, why not just lay it out for you? Now, this is coming from the mind of a genius, so it's a genius strategy. If you do it, you'll probably have even more success than me. You implement what I'm talking about. And the next day, right after I upload these long videos, that's when I share them. That's important. The very next day, I let it upload and process while I'm sleeping. Because I don't know about you, but it takes a very long time to upload a long video. And there can be hiccups with it if it gets too long. You have to have a full battery and you have to leave the phone alone, and otherwise it takes a very long time. So the idea is to do this with your new video. You immediately start, and you can even enhance it by going to all the other platforms at the same time. Share it on Twitter. You can do 5 Twitter posts with 2 hashtags each. So each post can have 2 hashtags, and you can tag anybody you want. You can tag Honer, you can tag Gibson, you can tag Martin. You can go on Reddit, which I don't check notifications on Reddit either, but I'll post on there too. I try not to share my thumbnails on there because I don't want people stealing that too. But I'll post on Reddit too, even though I find Reddit to be filth. So Reddit and Insta, I'll do the link in my bio thing like everyone does on Insta. I'll do that too. All these within the first 24 hours, and that's something I've maintained with this strategy. When I first started, was if you're going to share something, share it within the first 24 hours. Now, there's other things I share, but that'll be a playlist. So I might share one of those harmonica playlists. One of the ones that has like 100 videos on it, all the really short videos. Because that's why I have so many videos. A lot of them are 2 seconds long or 4 seconds, or a lot of them are just pictures. So that's where the 1,000 videos comes from. It's really shorts, not just shorts, minute long. So I'm talking playing one note, playing it perfect. Obviously, a lot are more than that. A lot of them are things that I want to remember, don't want to forget too. But and the idea is each time you go at this Facebook strategy is to take a slightly different angle. Don't ask the same question every time. Put a different spin on it. And you can join all these different groups, and you keep joining more. I just joined this Andrew Tate just because he's popular right now. I joined Andrew Tate group. And I said, what's your favorite Andrew Tate advice? And then I put the same thing, space, hashtag free top G space, free Tate space. So then my link isn't seen. Then I put this hand, my story, the phrase my story or my advice or my favorite, click down, and it's my latest video. And naturally people are curious and they're going to click. Now here's at the core of all this is this point here. The video itself needs to be good. And that first minute where I hit you with all the best clips in the right order and the way I want, with a certain quick cuts and whatnot, or you notice the first clip of me, it's like there's no sound, it's real fast. Then it goes to me playing something, then it goes to me playing it slowed down, and it goes to me playing it speed up. This all hooks people's attention, and if I just hook that person's attention for like the first minute, even if the whole video is loaded with value that they don't need to know about that, they just watch that first 15 seconds, but that first 15 seconds I have them hooked because it's good. The video itself is good. The playing is good. The shorts were good in their own right. They were put together well. The premise is good. I hooked your attention, right? Amongst all those people. This is feeding information to this YouTube algorithm. All right. I forgot what I was going to say right after that. I forgot where I was going somewhere with that. See, now the radiator is quiet. It makes noise between 10 to 11, so I got to remember that. Record from between 9 and 10 or 11 to 12. That way we won't be worrying about it in the winter. Oh, predictable. That's predictable. Oh, I was saying the video itself has to be good. Right. So that's at the core of this, is making sure you have a good product. If you're just sharing the hell out of garbage, that's a terrible use of the strategy. But if you believe in what you're doing, and the reason I don't share the shorts, I just let the shorts do what they do. Now, the shorts were a big deal when they first came out, and I got tons of views, and so on other channels too. But I believe that it's beyond overflooded. But it's not dead though. I've got some shorts now that are pretty nice. Like some of the Once Upon a Time in the West shorts are doing okay, and not like it used to be. But I just don't share the shorts because I like to share these long videos. I feel there's something substantial there. I get the views on these, and the shorts algorithm is more randomized. It's not into your. There's still more going on with the shorts algorithm, even if it is overflooded. There's still something different at play with it. Once a video catches on in shorts, it has a liability to keep going up, and up slowly over time. So my Facebook strategy that I'm telling you about mostly involves these long videos, the lessons, or this is a unique video because I was just too tired today to play. I could make little shorts out of this if I really felt compelled to. Because I figured out on the phone how to take any size clip, whether it's 16 by 9 or whatever, to make it into shorts format. So you don't have to record something in the way you want to upload it. I can make anything into shorts. But typically when I record these long videos, I record them as shorts, and then I put it all together, and then I explain it afterwards. Put that all together, and that's what makes it long. So I still upload the shorts separately. So that would mean it's a dimension of 1 by 1, so a perfect square. This isn't a perfect square. This is the opposite. This is a sideways shorts. This would be a shorts like sideways. But I could take this long clip and put it into a 1 by 1, or you could reformat it however you want to make it upload it so that YouTube recognizes it as shorts. But I don't record. I don't share shorts on any social media platform. I only share it, so just know that now. I used to, because more weight went into them too. I used to upload I wasn't as good, but I used to upload shorts as like, I'm gonna spend all night trying to get this one perfect performance with no edits. I'm not gonna break things into sections. I'm just gonna play from start to finish, make all these mistakes, but I'm only gonna record the perfect take of whatever song, and that's gonna be my shorts, and then we're gonna get it up, and then we're gonna share it. Now it's more, I compare myself to the original material, and I break everything down into sections. Like I did with, it's more efficient, smarter, more strategic. Like I did with Once Upon a Time in the West, A Man with a Harmonica. The video went from being, could have took me all night, to me making it even more practice efficient and just breaking it down into sections. Studying everything his hands would. I'm not going to get into all that right now, but I played it just like the man, the legend. Obviously, I don't have the same harp, but as good as you could play it on a diatonic. Your special 20. Coming up on a half hour now, so this is when my normal camera would cut off. I might have a little more time because I'm using a zoom in camera, and this video is not going to be edited at all. I'm just going to upload it entire today. There's nothing to edit. There's no music, but which is what I wanted to do today. I'm tired today, man. But it doesn't really matter if you unsubscribe or subscribe, though. And that's what has to do with why I don't check Facebook notifications. I appreciate the comments, especially from my friends or anybody. But what the people on Facebook have to say, the peanut gallery or whatever, it just does not matter. I'm a man who's going this way. I can critique myself. I know when something doesn't sound right. And like I said, I can discover those songs that I want, like Abner J. I'm so depressed. I don't need this. But anyone has to. Am I exploiting it? Yeah, but that's rock and roll anyway. You don't play by the rules. I make my own rules. And I don't hurt anybody in the process. Have I ever made mistakes? Of course, too many, but I will make them right. So I hope you understand what the Facebook strategy involves. It's a very unique strategy. I know I only talked about it kind of briefly. I'd circled around it, but I told you all the context to it. And you continue joining these groups. I'm in so many groups that to scroll down through all of them, it takes hours. So you try to plan it out in a time where it's like a mundane time anyway. Like nighttime would be my recording time. I would never do the sharing at night. Do it the next day. You have to plan this. Say you're in a blues group, blues, right? You're in something, or even rock. Say rock and roll group. Go in this rock. There's another example. Go into the rock and roll group. You can even see what the previous posts are. See what's doing well. If it's a group that shares a lot of YouTube videos, like doo-wop, there's a doo-wop group, shares tons of doo-wop YouTube videos. Go in there, take a doo-wop YouTube video. Make it be one that you like. Write your thoughts, hashtag, doo-wop forever, space, hashtag. So they'll have to click see more to see your link below that. There's really two links. There's the link to the doo-wop, and then there's a link to your recent video. So you put that there. Now all of a sudden your video is getting views in doo-wop. It looks like every other post. It's genuine, and if you're in these groups, then you'll actually know something about doo-wop music anyway. So say you're in the rock. You go into this, say it's called Rock and Roll Lovers or something, right? I'm sure there's a million called that. Take a picture that I found on Facebook. Here's an example. It says, "What song makes you drive faster?" And it's a skeleton, and he's in a car, and he's like this. He's a skeleton, and it's like a meme basically, but not really. People love this stuff, and in the group you can write what rock, and then above it you can write what rock and roll song makes you drive faster. People are going to want to, and comment drives a post to keep performing. That's the whole notion. That's the whole idea about this. So you'd write that question, and then you put space, rock and roll forever, space, music, space, musician, space, music is life. Put the arrow down, and then write my favorite song, and then that'll be your latest video. And you can do this with any number of. I've put things up in bird groups with my latest music. I've put things up in German Shepherd group. You can keep joining. There's an infinite. That's why if somebody kicks you out, it doesn't matter, because there's an infinite number of these things out there. On just Facebook alone, it's infinite. Some are more popular, and that's another thing. Is you put some in the popular ones with tens of thousands of members, and you put some in ones that only have 700 members, and then it could be the same niche or different. You don't necessarily want to abuse this, but if you put a different picture or a different question, something relevant to each group, it's not abusing anything. It's brilliant, and no one's really gonna. It's not like the people plastering the same image over and over. Follow my page and all this crap. This is unique. It's asking questions. It's appealing to the theme of the group. If you're real good, you can say you're in a group, old vintage guitars, which I like anyway. Get a picture of the first guitar ever made, put it in there. What's your thoughts? And do it. Repeat the process. It's brilliant, and I came up with this all myself. So this is, if you want to watch it or not, it's up to you. But this is entirely original, I do a lot of interpretations of my playing, covers, and copies of lessons and whatnot. But this is completely my idea. This is how, when I wake up in the morning, I see rock around the, like when I did rock around the clock on YouTube. I uploaded it. And I woke up in the morning, it had more views than usual, 13. But you don't see it having 13 now. That's because I use this. I use a strategy, and now it's going on 200, which is nice. So that's Over time, it could go into the thousands based on, it's got a foundation. If you put a lot into the videos, you want them to get recognized a bit as well. And that's really what it is. I've devised a way. It's like, recently I've refined it to where I did the space, so you really can't see my link ever unless you click see more on Facebook. Here's another one with the Howlin' Wolf. Now, I don't check Facebook notifications as I've stated, but I scrolled down because I saw my name was at the top, which I knew my post was performing still days later. This guy who used to watch my videos used to comment, Juwan Bailey, talented harp player. He liked it, and 200 other people liked this post of How Many More Years by Howlin' Wolf. Not my video, the original video. So I had the original video of How Many More Years. Howlin' Wolf playing it live, when he has the dollar bill and all that. Maybe it's a $20 bill. And so that's a huge reaction, and my video was tucked in there. Now, I didn't even do the space. It was just kind of sitting there up top too, but still, people still clicked on it. And it was one of my recent videos. I don't even know which one it was. I typically post to Howlin' Wolf when I'm playing some blues harmonica. And I've done my own videos on How Many More Years too. I've done my own videos on Smokestack Lightning and stuff like that too. And I love many Howlin' Wolf songs. But that's a great group that I like to post to as well. It's not all perfect. Like, I got kicked out of Modern Blues Harmonica because for a brief period, Facebook was saying post approval popped out of nowhere. Sometimes people will turn the post approval on you, and that's when I move on. I only post if it's instantly. I don't do post approval. And sometimes they'll say it'll prevent me from posting unless I dispute it. Because I think they really want you to engage. They can't force someone to engage with them. And it's not that I don't. You should see me in the real world. Like, I'm the one who should be teaching courses on how to interact with people. Whether it be customers or friends or coworkers. I'm one of the most sensible people you'll meet. But when it comes to this social crap, and I'll call it that, it's a strategy. I'm not using these things the way other people are using them. And if you want to get in touch with me, you'll probably have to do what that other guy did and write a comment, leaving his Instagram, saying if you want to talk on it. First, he wrote a couple nice comments, and then I wound up reaching out to him via that one on the message. And if you have to take a little initiative, and I'm okay with going through this misunderstood for a while. But this is different than I've refined this strategy. I've spoken about this once or twice before, but this updated version, I'll tell you, and I'm gonna do this tomorrow. I'm gonna post. I've got a couple ideas, different ones, like I'm gonna do. Tell me a harmonica story, like I was telling you. Tell me a rock and roll story. And I'm in all sorts of groups. Fender bass. I don't really care about Fender bass. Or just I'm in all these different things. It's all strategy. Tell me your favorite Fender. Post a pic of your favorite Fender bass. Everyone goes crazy. But below that, hashtag is space. My favorites. And the human mind is just curious, So that's 40 minutes in. I should close out. It's going to take way too long to upload this. I think I've said everything I want to say. I hope I have. Pretty good, pretty good. I have to edit this and took a day off of playing. Not happy about that, but maybe I can noodle or something. I don't know. The other channel go live because I've got another channel I live stream on and start talking about different topics on there. But when you live stream, you don't have to worry about long upload times. It just processes and that's it. So that's it. I upload when I have a day off. Like I stay up late, even if I don't get sleep. And when I have a day off coming to me, I'll have a plan, usually ahead of time, of what I'm going to upload. And I'll stay up in this room, usually right here, record the shorts as I told you, and then put them together, and then add in an explanation part, and then I'll upload it have it uploading while I'm sleeping with the phone plugged into the charger. This is another part of the strategy, is I don't imagine waiting for the next day. That'd consume the whole day waiting for it to upload. And when I get up the next day, I'll see it has 3 views. Maybe it'll have a comment from an old friend, but generally nothing's happening. And then I begin getting that ball rolling with this strategy. And I put the videos out. Every time I have a day off coming to me, I do it lately. I haven't skipped one. And I can't say I'm really consistently growing steadily, but I am consistently putting out what I believe to be valuable and not only insightful, but it helps me get better. Every shorts, as I always say, every shorts I record pushes me to perform better because I don't stop until I got it perfect. I don't stop till I've made a sound that exactly emulates who I'm playing or the record. So you know when you got it right. But anyway, that's it.